Was there a memo sent around that all of the OG beauty YouTubers were just going to like release stuff from their own brand this month? Because it kind of feels like it. This time we have Carli Bybel and she's coming out with her new brand. It's all coming soon. There's quite a few new things to it. A massive thank you to Makeup on Your Radar. I stole their pictures. Let's have a little chat on this. So Carli has revealed her entire collection and she said it's been years in the making. I mean, it always is. And of course, she said she couldn't be more proud and excited. So this is the brand, the Beauty Bybel. And here's the great thing. It's vegan and it's cruelty free. It's even Leaping Bunny certified and there's worldwide shipping. So one of the first things she debuted was the OG palette. It's an 18 colour eyeshadow palette for $39. I get why she's called it the OG, like it is kind of bringing me back to early YouTube days. There's something about this that feels a little bit dated. I will say though that lavendery shade, beautiful. I think that's kind of drawing my eye in. My main issue with this is it's quite pale, unless maybe she's taken like some very bright pictures and it's desaturated. But this is not going to suit many skin tones, which I think is a little bit sad, really, and a bit of a missed opportunity. But she's also coming out with creamy lip glosses and they're $18 each. The components look really pretty. She's obviously worked very hard on that. I will say, has anyone tried Lois Cosmetics glosses? The components look pretty much identical to that. I mean, I'm just saying, so I'd love to know, have they used the same manufacturer? I have the intrigue. I'd also like to see what these shades look like on the lips, because I mean, I can't really tell much from the components. Can we also just say the background that she used for filming this, absolutely beautiful, aesthetically so pleasing. She then has matte velvet lipsticks. They're $20 each. I think this is a really nice range to start off with. However, I think there's two shades in there, the second from the left and third from the left, that are a little bit too similar to each other. So she could have maybe gotten rid of that and put something else in. Love that red shade. It's beautiful. It's classic. It's bold. There's nothing really wrong with it. I do feel like she's done well here because she's left enough room here for extensions. So that's smart. But I think she could have done with maybe one or two deeper shades so that she could really be that little bit more inclusive, because some of those shades aren't going to read fantastically on deeper skin tones. Of course, she then has matching matte lip liners and they're $16 each. It does look like they're going to be sharpenable, which I think is really, really smart. I really don't like kind of push-up liners. They kind of annoy me. They're not very hygienic. So I like that she seems to have done that. Very, very smart. And finally, she has highlighters for $19. I'd like to know, can they kind of be a little bit more transparent? Like, she's obviously built up the shades here and they swatch beautifully. They look really, really pretty. I will say, are they the most unique sort of thing? No, not really. There doesn't seem to be like any duochrome, multichrome, etc. But there's a nice sparkle off them. And if they go on the face without any sort of a cast, this could look nice. Again, though, I think she needed to have maybe one extra deep shade. But again, I am just being pernickety at this point. I feel like when I'm looking at this collection, you can totally tell it's hers, right? This is 100% her aesthetic. Any of the collections she's done before with the likes of Anastasia, Beverly Hills, BH Cosmetics, etc., they've all had that sort of vibe. So I actually feel like she's done very well to stay true to herself. The other thing I'll say is that the collection overall does seem to feel very like old school YouTube. Like, she never really left that era of like 2016. Which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing. Like, if you know what you like, you stick to it. And that's fine. If you don't want to go beyond that, again, totally fine. I appreciate when somebody stays true to their aesthetic and doesn't necessarily hop onto trends. That's cool. I'd like to know what these are going to wear like, what they essentially operate as. And I want to see some reviews before I would necessarily buy them. But I think in all, she's done pretty well. It's not something that gets me very excited. You know, I'm not like jumping on the bandwagon being like, oh my goodness, I want these. But I feel like she'll do pretty well because a lot of these are kind of like staple items. But let me know what you guys think. Do you love this? Or are you just a bit like, heh, don't care?